5 columns.
Then there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rows.
Take a separate sheet.
7 rows.
5 columns and 7 rows matrix.
Column is vertical, row is horizontal. What did you write? Oh,
Right, liberally you write.
first row. First row across. Second column onwards. 50%, right? 50%, 60%, 70%.
First column or
Second column.
second column?
Onwards.
Wait a minute.
One row or column?
First row, second column.
The other
No, I think that
percentage.
50, 60, 70, knock off. Knock it off.
That's why use pencil. Ground rules is pencil.
Okay. Now, under the first column, the particulars have to be written. I am dictating. Sales.
First column sales.
In the first column, first row is sales. Second row, material, 20%. Within brackets, material within brackets 20%.
Okay.
Fine. Now the third. Direct wages, 30% within brackets. All in the first column only.
Yes.
Next. Lease rent. Below that. Promotional expenses. Next. There are heads up expenses I'm carrying.
Yeah.
Salaries. Interest on term loan. Within brackets. 20% off on rupees 2 lakhs. That will be profit finally. No, you have to include that also there.
No?
Profit.
Yeah, next one.
Okay. All right. So, in any manner you like. Profit.
Percentage.
Huh?
It must be percentage.
Percentage, no?
So that you will see.
Okay, percentage. You should know percentage of what?
After
Sales.
sales.
rent, you wrote no,
Hmm.
lease rent.
Hmm.
What did you write there?
Lease rent itself. The next heading.
Within brackets. Delta 20%. Close the bracket. You put that 50, 60, 70, 80, no? First.
Yes, sir. I mean,
You-
now the
You can retain it.
okay. First, that's the heading sort of thing.
I'll explain what is what, but first retain it. All of you.
50,
It's
60,
okay?
70.
Retain it.
50,
Okay?
60,
It is not
70.
against it, it's above.
It's wherever it was written, retain it. That's all. Don't cut it.
60, 70.
50, 60, 70, 80.
8.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4. They are periods. Periods. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can leave it. Okay, write periods. Like period. They are first 1, 2, 3, 4. They are period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4. Maybe year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Okay. Notes. Do you understand delta rent percentage? Increase.
Increase. Okay.
Delta is what?
Delta is increased.
That's
So
all.
rent increases at that rate.
That's it. That's all. There's another way of saying. Did you get it? Delta, how much? 20%.
Yeah.
Yes.
That means you can write note 1. Rent in the first period, period 1, is equal to rupees 1000. 1000 will be too much. 500. Is it okay, all of you? Now do you understand how to enter in the second, third and fourth column?
Yes, sir. Increase by 20%.
Yes. 600 will be the second column.
Yes.
720 will be third column, all going up by 20%. You get it, sir? First year you pay 500 rupees. Next year delta 20% means 20% over and above it. That is 600 rupees. Delta is 100 rupees, no?
Yes.
So totally 600. Third year, don't write now. You please calculate mentally afterwards. No, I'm just guiding you. You must think independently. I'm not giving you solution. Don't write it down. But I'm telling you how to apply the concept. Because this is flexible budgeting, I told you. This is how everyone does in all companies now. Once in 3 months they do, for the next 3 months only. Okay. Notes. Number 2. What are the other items of expense I told you after lease rent?
Promotional expenses.
Promotional.
Write down. Promotional expense, rupees 1000. Have I written any other expense?
Salaries.
Salaries, rupees 500. Any other?
Then for initially for material direct wages,
After that, any expense?
interest on
Interest
term
on
loan.
term loan.
Interest on term loan, 20% and 2 lakhs.
That's all, no?
Yeah.
2 lakhs, on 2 lakhs, okay. Last note. Ignore taxes. That's it. I do not want to do hand holding. I leave it to your imagination. no questions will be answered. You have to sweat it out and do it and come to inferences by next class.
Sales.
And material.
Sales I have not given.
No,
Sales, no.
Material and direct.
No answers will be provided. You have to read the manual. You have to understand. You have to remember what I spoke. I have covered all these points. So it's up to you to recap. Now sales figures. No, not sales figures. Note number, next note. Installed capacity. $5,000 units per annum. 5,009. It should be 10,000. Installed capacity 10,000 units per annum. Sold at each unit priced at ₹1. Now the first row which you wrote 50, 60, 70, 80, that is the capacity utilization. So you can write above the word sales or what have you done? Sales you have done.
First is sales.
First is sales, above it.
Yeah.
Right. Corresponding to 50, 60, 70, 80, or if you want to write separately what that 50, 60, 70, 80 means.
Yes.
It means the percentage utilization of installed capacity.
Okay.
Installed capacity being 10,000 units. Is it okay? Deliberately we give half-baked data. Try, struggle. Next, and then your job is to tell me how a change in sales has reflected in change in profits. Is it to the same extent or less extent or more extent?
One question is the rent. So each capacity utilization rent changes.
I won't answer.
You won't answer.
I won't answer. There is nothing left for you as an assignment if I answer all these questions. You come with your own.
Okay.
And I am confident that I have taught this. Right. Now this is an assignment, sir. We will just, in the rest of the time, we shall just understand a little bit of receivable management. Then we will come to cash management. Now don't worry about it. I won't answer any question. So you go home, sit, think. If you have any occupation, meet. Let me see. And any data if you think is not available, supply it yourself and explain. If you think any data, but it may be none, but if you think, no problem, you supply the data yourself and tell me why you are so assuming. It's not just an arithmetic problem and solution.
The real life situation. Okay. Nothing.
Even in management, you won't get 100% data always. Never. You have to produce an estimation,
Justify it.
justify it,
Guesstimate.
and justify it. Take the data, assume the data, and justify it. And see, if all data is put on a platter and given to you, why need a planning manager? Thank God that the estimations are not certain. Otherwise, who will pay the planning manager?
And critical thing is you have to sell your idea. That's what we are going to discuss in the afternoon, okay?
I'll bring it to a notice once again how I learned in the bank about inadequate data, estimate the sugar production in the next year, when every month, only 1 month in advance, the government will tell you the levy stock price of sugar. 1 month in advance. And nobody will tell you whether it will rain next year or not. and we have given cash credit to a sugar company, and our recovery depends upon their production. Purchase price of cane grower, we have to collect it from newspapers. No data. And you have to survive. You have to prepare. So you can't say that I cannot plan because the future is uncertain. Thank God future is uncertain, therefore planning becomes essential. It is not whether it is possible. Don't say planning is not possible because future is uncertain. Say planning becomes necessary because future is uncertain. That is about flexible budgeting. For flexible budgeting, you have to flex your muscles.
This so in the IT case, IT always you have to deal with this.
Yes.
Because
There are so many imponderables and improbables.
Everything is unknown.
Yes, everything is unknown.
Like rate changes.
Yes,
And,
rate
after our
changes, yeah.
Due to the currency
You
fluctuation.
can add the services, dollar fluctuation. So many things you can practice.
And one more note to answer this question.
One more row.
In years 2 and 4, in years periods 2 and 4, comma, selling price are expected to fall by 75%, by 25%.
So 25%.
25.
Fall by 25%. Receivables. A. When I sell, are you concentrating?
Receivables man.
Now that matter is over, that budgeting. That is for home. Currently, except in IT industry, all sales are on credit basis. Credit basis means by allowing period of time for the customer to pay, but making the delivery upfront. How much time to be allowed for a customer constitutes what is called credit policy of a company. In order to evolve a credit policy, the company will not take one swallow like a summer at a time. They will take groups of customers and standardize them. Uniform, make them uniform. I have disparate types of customers, maybe African customers, Tanzanian customers, East Asian, West Asian customers, and also Middle Eastern customers. Culturally, ethnically, they are not the same, and their economies are not the same in the countries, so their paying records are not the same. So we have to have different policies of credit for different importers of our product. The first thing that a credit policy maker does is what is called standardization. Credit standards is the first requirement. It is a process of accumulating similar customers in terms of their payment record and calling them A category, B category, C category. So however many customers you have, you generally have A, B, C categories. You can have more, but policies also cannot be so several. Therefore, I can at best have A, B, C. A category customer is one who is on record a good paymaster. Paymaster means not a defaulter. B, mid-level. C, doubtful of recovery, not altogether written off yet, is C. B, he pays but subject to persuasion, not automatic. This could be a classification. Next, how much credit to give? 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, etc. I may have a policy of giving 30 days to A and 60 days to B and 90 days to C or vice versa. This decision of how many days for which standard of customer is the second policy. A good paymaster, A, only on persuasion he pays, that's B. Very difficult to recover, but I have not yet decided to write off, is C. Given the range of 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, etc., how much credit would you give to which category? Answer.
Yeah.
Full answer I want. How many days? Full answer and why? You speak to the board.
Generally, it is 60 days. That's the standard.
No, my question is, please stick to the question, sir. There are three, A, B, C. I defined them,
Okay.
saying that A is a good paymaster,
Good paymaster.
B is mid-level, C is very difficult.
Yeah.
Now, 60 days, 30 days, 90 days, whatever,
Yeah.
you have a range of number of days, a scale.
Yeah.
And then you answer the question, which number of days to which standard and why?
I will give now more 90 days to A, 60 to B and 30 to C.
Your answer is not complete. You have to justify why.
My yes, the more paymaster, even if whatever the time, I am guaranteed he is going to pay. And for C, give low credit, low time, so that.
Do you agree? This is a discussion room. We have to evolve a policy.
It depends.
Now you have to answer why, not just contradictory. You have to hold your view.
What is your view?
So my view is we give less.
Less more
30 days,
mathematics.
30 days for paymaster, 60 days for middle persuasion, and more 90 days for the difficult to report.
Why?
Because paymaster why to wait.
How do you answer that?
I thought going to see the game is going to give more time means more customers I will get, and I mean he will also but relations will improve. So
For me, within
That's
the
what I
quarter, and realizing the profit within that one certain period of quarter, I mean 2 months, the 60 days is what
Sir, profit is already realized when you have sold it.
correct.
Not
But,
necessarily when you have
First,
collected the
first
bill.
start with the basic.
Okay.
60 days. What is your stand? First to tell.
Okay,
You first to state your stand.
Yeah, the 60 days, this is somewhat the standard we follow also. 60 days, generally it's a best customer. I mean, that's all we define. Okay, if we, when you put a law, I mean, you put a statement saying that, okay, 60 days agreed to pay for these services. That is what it will be. So that's for a good customer.
Good customer 60 days.
Yeah, 60 days.
Say,
That is
just
yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
A, 60, proceed.
Yeah, then the B is 90 days, maybe depending on the region. I mean, some region.
So all that has been taken into account and B has been made.
Okay,
So
90
please,
days.
there is no time. Just say B, kitna, out, why. That's all.
Yeah, we can say 3 months. Yeah, 90 days.
Why?
That is because see, we can't go take more time. Actually, 90 days is a sufficient amount of time to anything. Like, I mean, very, very
Okay,
return.
sir, you have to be very, very concrete. And I'm asking you to give me your inferences and not analysis.
It's a medium is 90. Yeah.
All right, I will put it like this. Tata's is an example, very good example. When a supplier goes to Tata and offers credit of 60 days, Tata says it is not our policy. We have to pay within 50 days. That's our policy. How do you like that? Do you understand? A supplier, because Tata, anyway it is certain to come is what you said. 90 days, 120 days also, because it is Tata's.
yes.
is a good business. Because that fellow is a good paymaster, take it immediately. He won't run away because it is his policy not to delay. The middle level fellow, maybe you can negotiate, extend the credit and
Sir.
understand whether he...
We have to take his call. Please tell.
A and B 60 days, C 30 days.
Now once again, arising out of this example which I gave you,
Okay.
the A, assume he is Tata.
Right.
I told you he is a very good paymaster.
Right.
Now would you not like to reduce the credit period and still see whether he continues to be a good paymaster?
See, whatever may be the reason, his policy is he will pay in 50 days.
I only gave an example. Now this A category, I don't know his policy. I gave an example of Tata's as an illustration. Now when A has been giving very good, has been paying without default, can we not negotiate with him by saying that it will help us if you reduce, what is your take if I reduce it to 45 days? He is a professional fellow, therefore I have categorized him as A. Whether you offer or not, his policy may be that. We should find it out by talking. So there is a scope for reduction of credit period in A. That's all I want to say. There is a scope without losing the customer. Do you appreciate that? I may not finally extend the credit longer, but there is a scope. I am evolving the policy. I am trying to go a little deeper. This is one area where I want to take your opinion. A perhaps includes Tatas. Okay. B. B requires a persuasion, maybe two kinds of persuasion. I will offer you what you call discount. Will you reduce the credit period? For both B and C we can talk like that. But for B first, it is only one alternative. But there is a price I have to pay by offering a discount in order to collect the money from B also without default. I have to find out whether the collection that I so make, can I invest it in such a way in my business that the return on that investment is higher than the discount that I have lost. These are the inputs for a policy making. And the third, he has been such a defaulter that I may have to write it off. So definitely immediately I have to go in and see experiment with him by giving a discount. Even if I lose out 10%, 20%, at least 80% I recover and book the loss as 10% instead of booking 100% loss. Definitely I have blacklisted him and I will not sell him again with the credit period next time. Therefore I have put him under C. Okay. We will not push the argument further. Much can be said on both sides, but I am just trying to tell you what are the parameters that go into a company's credit policy evolution. That's all. So we have, the last one is, we had credit standard, we had credit period, and now the last one is credit terms, TERMS. Terms are indicated in the invoice, in the footnote. You may not have observed it. Supposing I say 2 bar 10, comma, net 30. Get me? This is the language they use for offering credit terms as a part of credit policy. It means that here is my bill. If you pay me within, I will give you a credit of 30 days, the last figure. But if you pay me within 10 days from the date of the bill, that is 10, I will allow you 2% discount. That is 2. Correct? This is printed in the invoice as a policy. If you don't pay me within 10 days, no matter, pay me after 30 days. But you
No
lose
discount.
discount. What do you think the buyer will do? How do you react? Supposing you are the buyer and this offer is made to you,
Pay quickly.
what will you take up or don't take up is the question.
Depends. For example, in the remaining 20 days, if I can have the money and create more returns, I will not.
That's the answer. So it doesn't mean that every time a buyer takes up a discount offer.